Hello children, this is 6th standard maths. In your part 2 textbook, you have this chapter, that is chapter 11, algebra. So children, in maths, we have mainly 3 branches. Those are arithmetic, geometry and algebra. The branch of maths which mainly studies on numbers are called as arithmetic. Then the branch of maths which mainly we study the different shapes are known as geometry. Then what is algebra? So children, along with the numerical values are numbers. So along with the numerical values, with that if we have a letter, that is, for example, now you can observe here 3x. So 3 is a numerical value and x is the letter. So mainly in algebra, when we use the letters along with the numerical values, then it is algebra. Therefore, this use of letters will help us to write rules, formulas, and these letters can also stand for numbers. Some of the basic operations can also be performed on them as on numbers. Therefore, in algebra, we are mainly going to study on variables, expressions, and equations in this chapter, children. So, in the beginning, let us study the meaning of variable. So, the first term used in algebra is variable in this chapter. So, let us try to understand what is this variable in the beginning. So, children, consider the example 3x. Okay. Now, variable 3, we know that it is a numerical value. Then what is x? Yes, x is a variable. Then how it can be represented? How to identify that x is a variable? Yes, usually these variables are represented by letters. So to denote a variable, you can take any letters. It can have N, L, M, P, X, Y, Z, etc. It need not be only X with the numerical values. We can take any letters to denote the variables. This is the first point. Variables are usually denoted by letters. Then, second point, it can take different values. As I told, x is a unknown. So we don't know what is the value of x now. That is called as unknown. So to that unknown x variable, we can give any different values. For example, we can give x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, x equal to 10 or x equal to 20, 30, etc. We can give different values. Therefore, value is not fixed in the variable. So, the condition is not there such that the value of the variable should be 10 only, 20 only. No, the value is not fixed in the variable. So, variable can take different values. Then, onto these variables, we can do basic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So example 3x plus 2. We have one more example 3l minus 5 where 3x, in this x is a variable, 3 and 2 are the numerical values, or along with the variable, if we have the number, it is also called as numerical coefficient. Here in 3l minus 5, l is the variable. Along with the l, one number is present, that is 3. It can also be called as the numerical coefficient also. Therefore, children, the important points that we need to remember in variables are represented by letters and the value of the variable is not fixed, it can take different values. Then on to these variables, we can perform the basic mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. One more point in the beginning, I mentioned that use of letters will help us to write the rules and formulas. So we will try to understand that sentence by considering this examples. So the first point, use of letters, that is letters are nothing but variables, will help us to write the rules and formulas. So to understand, see here. You can observe some figures here. Consider the first figure, A children. This is the letter L. Okay, the L letter is constructed using matchsticks. So children, to construct L, how many matchsticks we require? Yes, we require 2 matchsticks. This is 1 and this is 2. So, to construct the letter L, we require 2 matchsticks. Then, to construct 2L, how many matchsticks we require? 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, to construct the matchstick, that is, we require matchstick to construct the letter L. So, children, to construct 2L, we require 4 matchsticks. Likewise, if we want to have 3Ls, then we need to have 6 matchsticks, which is given in this table 1. So, if 1L has to be formed, the number of matchsticks required is 2. For 2Ls, it is 4. 3Ls, it is 6. 4Ls, it is 8. Likewise, it goes on. So, then, how to write the general rule to have the number L? That is, general rule is equal to 2. So, to construct only one single L, we require how many matchsticks, children? We require 2. 2 into number of L's. So, we can have 2L, 3L, 4L. Likewise, we can have so many number of L's. So, that is 2 into number of L's. In the next step, write the number as it is 2 into number of L's. So, we can have number of L's many. It is not fixed. Therefore, to denote this number of L's which is not fixed, we will use the variable n. So, we know that the value of the variable is not fixed and it is denoted by letters. Therefore, the general rule to have the L, number of L formed, that is equal to 2 into n, that will be 2n is the general rule. Now let us consider one more letter C. So, to form C, we require 3 matchsticks which is given in the table. Likewise, if we want 2 C's like this, we need how many matchsticks, children? We need 6 matchsticks. That is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 matchsticks we need. To construct 3 C's, we need 9 matchsticks. 4, 12. Likewise, for 8 it is 24 matchsticks is required. Then how to write the general rule? We can write the general rule as 3 into. So, to form one single C, we require 3 matchsticks. Therefore, to construct many C's, which that is not fixed, we write it as 3 into number of C's. Therefore, in the next step, 3 into. So, the number of C's, the letter C is not fixed. We can form 2C, 3C, etc. Therefore, that which is not fixed is represented by the variable x. Therefore, the general rule will be equal to 3x. So, these are the uses of letters to have the general rule to form the letters. So children, based on these variables concept in algebra chapter, we shall solve the first exercise, exercise 11.1 problems, page number 94. So the first problem is, find the rule which gives the number of matchsticks required to make the following matchstick patterns. Use a variable to write the rule. So, we have studied how to find the number of matchsticks by the general rule to form the letters, that is letter L and letter C in the examples given. Now, based on that concept, we shall solve these problems. Okay, so first problem, a pattern of letter T. So, to construct letter T, we require two matchsticks, that is 1, 2. So, 2 matchstick is required. So, to have many T's formed, we will consider that number which is not fixed as the variable. We shall give the variable by the letter N. We can consider any letter to denote the variable. Okay, so to have letter T, we require the matchstick 2, and the number of T's will be denoted by N. This is the general rule to find the number of matchsticks required to make the letter T. The answer is 2N. Next, consider the second problem, a pattern of letter Z. Now, to form letter Z, single Z letter, we need 1, 2, 3. 3 matchsticks. Therefore, 3 we can denote any variable X. This X stands for number of Z formed. So, 3x is the number of matchstick required to form the letter Z, and the variable used is X, where it stands for number of letter Z formed. C, a pattern of letter U. So, to have the U letter, we need 1, 2, 3 matchsticks. Therefore, 3 into number of U will be formed, that will be equal to N. We will consider the variable N. So, 3N is the number of matchsticks rule required to form the pattern U. So, the rule with the variable is 3N. The next problem, a pattern of letter V. So, to construct V using matchstick will be equal to 2. So, equal to 2. So, we can have using 2 matchsticks, many V's will be formed. That is denoted by X. So, X stands for number of V's. Therefore, 2X will be the general rule and also the number of matchsticks required to form the pattern V. Next problem, a pattern of letter E. Okay, so now to form the letter E, we require 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 matchsticks. So 5 and number of E's formed. We can denote by any variable. Let us consider Y, where Y stands for number of E's formed. Next, using matchsticks. Next, a pattern of letter S. So, the pattern of S requires a matchstick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, it is 5. We can give any letter to denote the variable. Let us now give A, where A stands for number of letter S formed. 5A is the rule that gives the number of matchsticks required to form the pattern S. Next G problem, a pattern of letter A. So to have the letter A, we need matchsticks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore, we need a matchstick 6 to have the letter A. Likewise, we can have many letters A constructed using matchsticks that can be written as the variable n. Therefore, 6n is the rule which gives the number of matchsticks required to make the matchstick pattern R with the use of the variable. So, these are the 2n, 3x, 3n, 2x, 5y, 5a and 6n are the rule that gives the number of matchsticks required to make the pattern T, Z, U, V, E, S and A with the use of the variables. Now we will solve the second problem. We already know the rule for the pattern of letters L, C and F. So, we know the general rule which gives the number of matchsticks required to make the pattern such as L, C and F. The general rule for L, C and F are, to form the letter L, the general rule is 2n. For the letter C, it is 3x. And for the letter F, it is 4n. So, these are the general rule 2n, 3n and 4n. The general rule to have the number of matchsticks required to form the letters L, C and F. Now, some of the letters from question 1 we recently solved from the question 1 given above gives us the same rule as that given by L. So, to form the letter L using the matchstick, the general rule is 2n. Okay. Now, which are the letters that have the same general rule as that of L? So, from these problems from the above children, L general rule is 2n. So, now the same rule has been followed here also. Those are the letters V and T. So, children, letter V, which requires 2x is the general rule and T, the general rule is 2n as that of L. Okay, so V and T have the same rule as that of L. Which are these? For the answer for that question is V and T have the same rule as that of L, that is 2n. Okay, next question. Why does this happen? The reason is the number of matchsticks required in each of these V, T and L is 2. And hence, therefore, the letter V and T have the same rule as that of the letter L, because in all these three letters, the number of matchsticks required to form those letters are 2 matchsticks. And this is the answer. Take the next question, third. The third question says that cadets are marching in a parade. There are 5 cadets in a row. So, children, in a row, how many cadets are there? There are 5 cadets in a row. What is the rule which gives the number of cadets given the number of rows? So, the cadets are given with the fixed number that is equal to 5. But how many rows? That is not mentioned. But in the problem itself, they have given such that use n for the number of rows. So we have to consider the number of rows is equal to r, which is the variable. That value is not fixed. Therefore, the answer will be number of cadets in a row is equal to 5. Then let us consider n be the number of rows. Therefore, the rule which gives the number of cadets in a row will be equal to, let us write the 5 as it is. Then write the variable n, which stands for the number of rows. Therefore, for the third question, the rule that gives the number of cadets given the number of rows which we have to consider n, the rule will be 5n is the answer for the third question. We have to write the numerical value which is given in the question, that is 5. Then to that variable, let us write one variable which is also given in the question. Then we need to consider the variable letter n. Therefore, the answer is 5n for the third question. Next, we shall solve the fourth problem, children. If there are 50 mangoes in a box, therefore, how many mangoes are there in a box, children? 50. How will you write the total number of mangoes in terms of the number of boxes? So, we need to consider the number of boxes with the variable b. Therefore, to solve this problem, fourth problem, number of mangoes in a box is equal to 50. So in the question itself, they have given that let B be the number of boxes. Therefore, when we represent the total number of mangoes in terms of number of boxes by general rule in such that, first write the numerical value which is given in the question, 50. Then in terms of number of boxes, we have to write the general rule. We know the number of boxes given by the variable b. Therefore, the rule is 50b. Therefore, the rule for the total number of mangoes in terms of the number of boxes will be equal to 50b. This is the answer for the fourth question. Now, consider the fifth question. The teacher distributes 5 pencils per student. So, to each individual student, how many pencils will be distributed by the teacher, children? It is 5 pencils. Can you tell how many pencils are needed given the number of students? So only how many pencils are given to the students are given, that is equal to 5. But we don't know the strength of the students, that is we don't know the number of students. But in the question they are told to consider, use yes for the number of students. Therefore, the answer will be, first let yes be the number of students which is given in the question. Then number of pencils distributed by the teacher per student will be equal to 5. Therefore, number of pencils needed to give to the number of students will be equal to, so there are 5 pencils to be distributed to the each student, and the total students, use yes for the number of students. So, it will be 5. Yes will be the answer. Therefore, the number of pencils needed to give to the number of students will be equal to the answer 5 yes. Therefore, for the fifth question, 5 yes will be the answer. Next, take the sixth question, children. A bird flies 1 kilometer in 1 minute. So, in 1 minute, 1 kilometer a bird has been flied. Can you express the distance covered by the bird in terms of its flying time in minutes? So, the flying time is not given, which we have to use it as t, variable t for flying time in minutes. The distance covered is given, that will be equal to 1 kilometer. Therefore, let t be for flying time in minutes. the distance covered by a bird in 1 minute is equal to 1 kilometer. Therefore, we can express the distance covered by the bird in terms of its flying time in minute will be equal to, first, distance is equal to, first write the time that is t. Flying time is t. The covered distance kilometer is 1. Therefore, 1 kilometer into the flying time is t. Therefore, we can express the distance covered by the bird in terms of its flying time in minutes. So, use t for the flying time in minutes, and 1 kilometer is the distance covered. Therefore, we can express it as 1 into t, that will be equal to t. Therefore, the answer will be equal to t kilometer is the answer. Therefore, while expressing the distance covered by the bird in terms of its flying time in minutes is, the flying time in minutes is t. Okay, the distance covered is 1 kilometer. But the question is, we have to express that distance covered, that is 1 kilometer distance covered in terms of flying time in. The answer is distance is equal to t kilometer. Therefore, expressing the distance covered by the bird, that is 1 kilometer, in terms of flying time in minutes. Flying time in minutes is represented by the variable t, and the rule is t kilometer. Distance is measured in terms of kilometer. Therefore, the answer is t kilometer for the 6th question. Now, consider the 7th question, in which we have Radha is drawing a dot rangoli with a chalk powder. She has 9 dots in a row. So, children, how many dots in a row? There are 9 dots in a row. How many dots will her rangoli have for r rows? So, total dots in a row is equal to 9. Now, how many rows are there? R rows. Therefore, how many dots will her rangoli have for r rows will be equal to 9r is the answer. Take the next question. How many dots are there if there are 8 rows? We know that in a row, how many dots can be drawn, children? 9 dots can be drawn in a row. Here, the number of rows is given, that is 8. Therefore, 9 into 8. 9 8s are 72. Therefore, 9 dots. How many rows? 8 rows are there. Therefore, 72 dots are there if there are 8 rows. If there are 8 rows, then 72 is the number of dots in 8 rows. For a single row, we require 9 dots, and for the 8 rows, we require 72 dots. Now, next question, if there are 10 rows, then if there are 10 rows, to a single row, it requires 9 dots. Therefore, 10 into 9, the answer will be equal to 90. Therefore, 90 is the number of dots required for the 10 rows. Therefore, number of dots that her rangoli have for r rows will be equal to the answer 9r. Number of dots in 8 rows, that will be equal to 72. 9 into 8 or 8 into 9, it is 72 dots. The third question, number of dots in 10 rows will be equal to 90. For 10 rows into 9. For 1 row it is 9. For 10 rows it is 10 into 9. 90 dots is there in 10 rows. These are the answers for the 7th problem. Now consider the 8th question. Leela is Radha's younger sister. So younger sister is Leela. Leela is 4 years younger than Radha. So Leela is 4 years younger than Radha. Can you write Leela's age in terms of Radha's age? So in the question, Leela's age is given in such a way that Leela is 4 years younger than Radha. But Radha's age is not given. But in the question, they have told us to consider Radha's age to be X years. Therefore, now let X be Radha's age. In the question itself, they had given that age of Leela is 4 years younger than Radha. 4 years younger than Radha means lesser the age than Radha. Therefore, expressing the Leela's age in terms of Radha's age is, Radha's age is considered as X. So, 4 years younger means 4 years lesser. So, to represent the lesser, we will write minus 4. Therefore, expressing the Leela's age in terms of Radha's age will be equal to X minus 4 years, where Radha's age is X, that is given in the question that we need to consider. Then this Radha is X, but Leela is 4 years younger than Radha. So we need to write Leela's age in terms of Radha's age. Therefore, Leela is 4 years younger than Radha. So it will be X minus 4 years. Therefore, when expressing Leela's age in terms of Radha's age, the answer will be equal to X minus 4 years is the answer for the 8th question. Now let us